So, welcome to another conversation with the Blazing Stars. Today, we have our guest, Mr. Jeffrey Morlock, a member of the Leadership Council of ONPASSIVE. And our topic today with Jeffrey is ONPASSIVE, we are the future of the internet. Now, before we dive into our subject, we just want to remind our subscribers or our guests to please subscribe to our channel by liking, commenting, and turning on the notification to get our latest video whenever we are uploaded. My name is Nicole King, and I am one of the elegant ladies of the Blazing Stars. I'd like to introduce the ladies here with me today. Neslin.
Hello, I am Neslin Brathwaite from Trinidad and Tobago.
Hi, I'm Sharon Hepburn from New York. Welcome, Jeffrey.
Okay, Jeffrey, it's wonderful to have you with us. Thank you very much for being with us today. I have watched many of your videos on YouTube, and we have learned a lot from it. Now, for our viewers, Jeffrey, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey in ONPASSIVE?
Yeah, without a doubt. I joined in 2018 and have never looked back. I've enjoyed the journey so much, and we have grown and just expanded so much and become more of what we ever thought we were going to be. You know, when we first started, we expected to probably, within 90 days launch with just a very basic marketing platform. Obviously, Mr. Mufara's heart and his mindset for expansion kind of took over, and that was almost 4 years ago.
Right.
Wow. I mean, when you think about where we were and where we are now, and I think that your topic this afternoon is very appropriate, because we are the future of digital transformation, and it's not going to stop with just what we are now, but it's going to stop when probably humans stop, because that's kind of where Mr. Mufara goes. But I've been in for quite a while. I just love it. I love the way things are going, and I love the people in the community. And I think the more we learn about what we do, the more we're going to enjoy as we go into the next phase.
Right. Okay. Now, you mentioned in your videos that the first set of products will be out, which is OBless, Academy, OConnect, ODesk, OMail, OStaff, ONet, OTracker, and OTrim. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's going to be 9 of them that Mr. Mufara has says are coming out probably first, and my guess is he's going to let us know when he's going to start unloading those things. Right. Once we go through today and we close the founder's position, then we're going to have those coming out first, and he'll probably let us know in what sequence or what order. But I know that he's probably got to get them migrated over to the data center, right, and make sure that they're all functioning correctly before he opens them up to us in the back office.
Right, wonderful. Okay, so now these, I'm sure you're familiar with these terms because you work online, right? You use online marketing, right, Jeffrey? So
I'm sorry, say that again.
The terms that I'm going to refer to are like rotators, landing pages, autoresponders, domain names.
Oh, sure.
How can we connect these terms with ONPASSIVE products?
Everything that you just mentioned, the rotators, landing pages, and the funnels, and the domains, and the hosting, and all of that, right, have to do with our service hosting and or our ODomains product, where you're going to get your website, you're going to get the name of it, you're going to name it. And you're going to be able to build it, or you're going to be able to click and drag and build it very quickly through the technology, so that it looks like you want it to look, and it's going to be about you. It's not going to be about ONPASSIVE. So all of those terms that you just mentioned, right, are part of this and part of the servicing, so that you're going to get the control panel, you're going to get the admin panel, so that you can change everything. You're going to get the website names, and you're going to get all the email and the marketing and everything within that package. So it'll be very nice for you.
Okay, so let's talk about one of the products then. We could use which one of the products you could use as a crowdfunding?
Well, that's going to be your Obless. Obless is wow, man. You start with a that's a good one to start with. I mean, Obless. When he finally opens that up, we're going to be able to create a very impactful awareness of the world. I mean, because it's a non-profitable crowdfunding platform, and by that I mean that ONPASSIVE is going to take Obless, and once they actually introduce that to the world's going to understand that most of the crowdfunding out there today charges a phenomenal fee, anywhere from 12 to 15 to 35% of anything coming in goes to those people that are administrating that particular crowdfunding platform. I mean, you've got CEOs of crowdfunding platforms that are millionaires because they're just taking money right off the top. ONPASSIVE is not doing that at all with Obless. Obless has it so that 100% of all the funding that comes in to the program goes to the cause. ONPASSIVE doesn't take a single dime of it. As a matter of fact, it actually costs them to administer the program. So not only are they not making money, it's costing them money to do it, and they're doing it out of a good heart. Now, when you have Obless step into this world that we're in, this digital world we're in, it's going to be able to connect people worldwide with whatever kind of fundraising that they need to do pretty quickly and easily.
Okay. Sure. Anybody have any questions for Jeffrey?
Yes. In Obless, what kind of campaigns or causes that are allowed in Obless?
Just about, rather than try to name the ones that are there, let me put it this way. If there's good causes out there, whether they're profit or non-profitable, whether they're for products or whatever, if there is a good cause out there, then ONPASSIVE is going to get behind that and allow that to be administered in a crowdfunding way. In other words, whatever the cause is, they're going to review that, and if it fits within their parameters, which is to say, it's got to be legitimate, it's got to be legal, and it's got to be a good cause for the Obless platform. So, other than that, I mean, there's nothing really that you can't do unless it's just wrong, or it's illegal, or it's questionable or shady, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
So, and I like the idea that an educational campaign, for schools and for education for children, those two I find as good causes that we could use Obless for.
Absolutely.
Right.
Any more questions, ladies?
Yes. So Jeffrey, being a founder on ONPASSIVE, and you decide you have a course and it's registered and everything, what is the next step you take after you present it to ONPASSIVE? How does the process go along?
Well, once you open up the Obless platform, you're going to be able to go in and providing that ONPASSIVE gives it the high sign and say, yeah, you're good to go.
Right.
Then you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to commit or actually you'll be able to build some profiles for the types of people that you want, and you'll be able to build profiles for your sponsors. You'll be able to build a profile for specific causes that you want to have funding for, and anybody that goes into your page, goes into your site, can look at that. And also in that, you will have marketing done for that particular cause. And once it's funded, then, and you hit, and when I say when it's funded, it means when the amount of money that you're looking for is reached, then it will show on your site as being reached. So you won't have to worry about that either. It'll keep up with it for you. But to answer your question, you're going to be able to literally advertise for that and build profiles explaining exactly what you're looking to do and why it means so much. And you'll also be able to profile the sponsors that respond to you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's interesting, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to be able to use Obless.
Me too. I've already got things lined up that I'd like to see happen. And of course, the big one, you know, Mr. O'Farr is working with the Obless on Tuesday nights with Chris Johnson.
Yes.
And so if anybody's really interested in seeing what they're doing, I would certainly recommend jumping on that site or jumping on that webinar on Tuesday nights, because they have a brainstorming session and they've really got some neat things going on.
What time is that on a what time?
I believe it's at 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights, but you can see it it's always posted in the back office on the updates and the webinars.
Okay. All right. So let's.
One more question on Obless. How would I promote my cause in Obless?
By establishing a link or a profile page on, when you log into ONPASSIVE and you are subscribed to all the products, if you go up and you click on the Obless and you open the Obless up, then you will be able to fill out a complete profile for the cause that you want, where it is, how much you're looking for, why it's important, you know, what it's going to do, how it's going to benefit people. You'll be able to fill out, you'll be able to upload pictures or movies and just create a complete profile for that particular cause.
Okay, so I would be able to use it on blogs and newspapers, even, you know, on television and stuff like that to promote it as well.
You can, if you want to, yeah, you can do that. And you can upload blogs or whatever to your website. But I mean, it'd be kind of hard to, unless you went to a physical magazine or something like that, it's kind of hard to get your website on a magazine. But remember, we're digital, and this is going to be digitally marketed globally.
Yes.
And they're going to be able to take funding right across your profile, right across your site, and bring funding right into your wallet or the Obless wallet for that cause.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. That is great information. Thanks.
So, okay, so let's talk about another product, OConnect. Now, the objective is to provide a better and easier way to connect to the virtual world, right? So how is it better? What are the features? How is OConnect better?
Well, when you say better, then obviously we're comparing it to something else. So we're comparing it to what is out there right now.
Right.
When we say that it's better, we're saying that it's more secure. We're saying the technology is more cutting edge. We're saying that there is more technology put into what we're doing, and you've got more features than the other things that are out there. We're also saying that it is a faster, more well-connected platform. And we're also saying that it's totally unlimited. So you're going to love the way that it works. It's going to give you cutting edge technology. It's going to connect to everything else that we've got, and you can streamline it or stream it over other social medias.
Oh,
but
really?
the big thing for us is that you're going to be able to have an unlimited audience and unlimited use. And by that, I simply mean whether it's 50 or 5,000 or 50,000 people, it's not going to cost you any more like it does with other programs.
Okay. All right. Any questions, ladies, about OConnect?
No, he explained it pretty well.
Yeah.
The basics.
Looking forward to using it.
All right. So the other product that I read is my favorite is OMail. A lot of people are familiar with Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Outlook, and in these email providers, we are bombarded with promotions and spams and all that kind of thing. So how are we protected from the spam or the constant promotions in our emails with OMail?
Well, with OConnect, your ONPASSIVE does things kind of their own way, and it's always better, and it's always fresher, and it's a lot more tech savvy. And they start right out doing that with OMail, because OMail is a domain-based email program. In other words, it's based out of your program. It's based out of your domain, not the ONPASSIVE domain, you know, not any other person
Right.
like you'd see with Google or anything like that, where you got, you know, gmail.com. It's going to be at whatever domain you've got.
Mhm.
Now, having said that, I don't even think that I haven't even seen it with a spam folder. That's how targeted it's going to be. And when you start thinking about some of the other things that we're going to be able to do, Mr. Mufara explained it by saying it's going to have features in it that we've only seen in the imagination.
Right.
And again, it's going to be unlimited. So you're not going to have to worry about how many emails can I send a day? How many email accounts can I have? I think like a couple of those are, I think I've got an email account that when I hit 7 accounts, they said
Mhm.
that was it. That's all I could have. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, you know, and I know that a lot of the other email accounts are like that, where they will limit you. They'll put a cap on what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
yes, they advertise to you whether you want it or not.
Mhm.
And they will also take your personal information and they market it to other people. And Mail will never, ever do any of that sort of stuff. And you shouldn't even have any spams because we are within the ONPASSIVE universe. So those people that are connecting with you have already passed, so to speak, the check, you know, and without you sending them their email, they're just not going to have it.
Right. Okay, so what is different than about with the features with Mail to like Gmail or Outlook? What is different about Mail?
Well, the big difference is it's domain based. The another big difference is you're not going to be limited. There are no caps to how many emails you can send. There's not going to be any caps to how many accounts you can have. You can also do bulk email and they'll have marketing with that in that for you. And it's all part and parcel of it. Now, the mail that we have in the back office right now is what we kind of call a minimum value product, in that it is not the full blown product. It does not have all the features and all the bells and whistles, if you will, that it's going to have once it actually goes public. So we're not really sure exactly what the real features are once we get into it. We just know they're going to be a lot of them, and they're going to be a lot better than what we've seen. And that's coming from Mr. Mufara. He likes to hold these things kind of close to his vest. And I think I'm going to be extremely excited because I do not like the way emails work right now.
Right.
And I get a lot of junk in there that I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, I do too. You mentioned bulk email. We will be able to do bulk emailing in
Yep.
mail.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Any questions, ladies?
Remember, Ash mentioned a while ago that in email we'll be able to send a video email.
Video email, yes.
Yeah. I can't wait to get to try that one.
Yeah. You're going to be able to send it in whatever format you want. So if you want to send video emails, you can do that. And again, that's because you're not limited. Right now, if you try to send something more than 25 meg through some of these people, they either say file is too big, or they'll upload it like Google does to Google Drive and give you a link, and then you got to go to Google Drive to download it. Not going to happen with ONPASSIVE. With Mail, you're going to be able to send that right straight through, and it's going to be fast because they've got some super fast internet with some very, very wide bandwidth.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yes, I'm just waiting for Mail to be much better because normally I go to network to Mail and I like the convenience. But the thing is, when I go like the paste into Mail, you know, it's not going right through, you know, with the central, you have to it's not pasting right away. So I'm waiting for that feature to be so much better.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
But the copy and pasting, yes.
All right. So, okay, let's go on to the Outracker. I love Outracker too. Now, some people get nervous when they hear the name Tracker. So can you tell our viewers what is Outracker, please?
Yeah. Outracker. and I'm with you. I love Old Tracker. I just
Yeah.
think it's a very snazzy little program that fits into just about everything. And it's got so many uses because we've evolved to where we want to know everything we can. And that means we want to know where people are and how we can bring them in. But Old Tracker is a one-of-a-kind location awareness program. It's an IP tracker module where you can get the country and the language and time zone and currencies and stuff like that. You can get individuals internet service provider information, you know, what kind of connectivity they have, who their provider is, stuff like that, by tracking their IP address.
Okay. So can it work with, I was doing some research on it, and can it work with Windows in the editions like 7, 10, 11? Do you know if it can work with those? The IP trackers?
Well, yeah, it's going to be working from within. I mean, whatever platform, and it'll work across platforms as well, and all the web apps. And that's another signature of ONPASSIVE, is that they've got it so that it's everything that they come out with will work with all the web apps that are out there and the operating systems that are out there. More importantly, though, this tracker is going to be operating within the ONPASSIVE universe, you know, of all the products. So wherever it's appropriate to be in that product, you're going to have a key where you can open it up and you can use it. The big deal is, though, that you're going to understand well after we get the mail going, is when you start sending out your marketing, that's when it's really going to come in handy for you, because you're going to be able to tell who's responding and where they are and what time of day and what kind of money they're using and all sorts of stuff for your marketing. And that's going to help you understand where your hotspots are.
No,
Yeah.
IP, what does IP, the 2 letters, what does that mean? IP.
IP is just an acronym for Internet Protocol. It is a digitized, I hesitate to say code, it's a digitized ID for any mobile device or any device. Every device that connects anywhere on the internet has got its own individual ID number. That's the IP. So if I'm talking on my laptop, it's got an IP address. My cell phone has got an IP address. My iPad has got a IP address.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anything that connects to the internet, whether it's a printer or whether it's a module of any kind, whether it's whatever it is, it's got an IP address. O-Tracker can track that IP address and tell you where it is, you know, what country, what time zone. You know, it can tell you stuff about the people that own that, saying, okay, yeah, they can use this kind of currency, or this internet provides, or this provider provides the internet, and this is how fast it is. It just provides a lot of good information that can be used for your marketing.
Okay, so it can tell if what device you're using, if it was a cell phone, a tablet. It can tell that too.
Yeah, you'll know that.
Oh, okay, interesting. Right, any questions, ladies, about O-Tracker?
Also, oh, sorry, go ahead, Nessie.
What is the geofencing?
Oh, yeah, I love that. Yeah, they got heat maps and predictive analysis and geofencing. Geofencing is a term that we use when you electronically set up a barrier or a boundary geographically. In other words, if you're sending out emails and you only want to know, you know, who is in this area, then you can set up a geographic barrier electronically so that the emails and the information you're getting is coming from that particular area, as opposed to like the whole world or a different country or something like that. The heat maps I talked about, when you're using O-Tracker and you're looking at your screen and you see where all these people are geographically, then it will show you heat maps that basically mean it's giving you colors on your screen to show you the density of how many hits are in this particular area, or things like that. And additionally, ONPASSIVE will also on your screen, they've got heat maps in, and this is a little different type of heat map, but on your website, on your domain, on your website, you've also got a heat map that will show you where your customers are clicking the most, or where they're hovering the most, or what they're looking at the most, you know, so, and that'll help you in your marketing too.
Wow.
Nice.
So Jeffrey, would it be also able to track a person when they have their cell phone on them, to track them even if their cell phone is off?
If, you know, it will not track a person unless, now you heard Mr. Mufara the other day talking about O-Tracker and tracking and little tiny pieces of technology that if you put it in your skin or something, then you could track a person. But this is for tracking devices. So in short, yeah, if I'm somewhere and I've got my phone and you can ping my phone, even when it's off, I believe that you can actually get it to ping. Even if the machine is off, it can actually ping that device and tell you where that device is. Now, if I set it down on a table in a restaurant and I went walking 3 blocks south, it won't tell I did that. It'll just say that the phone is at the restaurant.
Right.
Okay. Wow. This discussion is really, really interesting, Jeffrey.
I love the informality of it. You know, it's just you and me talking, and we're just having a good time, and that's what it's about. You know, ONPASSIVE, you know, I tried to wake people up to the understanding that yes, digital transformation is a big deal and it is happening, but there is so much more beyond that. We will never stop growing. We will never stop developing. We will never stop putting out cutting edge technology that moves us into the future. So you will never get bored with ONPASSIVE.
Yeah,
that's right.
You talk about digital transformation, and I did some research on it. Tell me if I'm right, okay?
Sure.
It says digital transformation is the adoption of digital technology by an organization or company. Common goals for its implementation are to improve efficiency, value, and innovation.
Boom.
So, am I close?
You're dead on the money. That's exactly what I put out in my video. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Almost word for word. You are top on it, girl.
So you want to explain a little, tell us a little more about it in simple terms so that our viewers can understand?
Sure. Yeah, that's easy enough to do, especially in relationship to ONPASSIVE, since they're so good at it. I mean, the world, you know, over the last few years, all the organizations that are anything, all the big tech, the people that are going and they're using everything they can, all the things you just mentioned, right? Because they want to improve efficiency, innovations, and value. Those are the 3 top big ones. And in the stuff that they're doing, there's 2 different pathways they do it. Some companies will try to optimize what process they've got going on right now and make them better. Other companies are going to be focusing on creating new business models and creating new revenue streams. And it's pretty evenly split right down the middle, which companies are doing which. ONPASSIVE is doing both of them. Okay. And they have been since day one. That's the big deal with ONPASSIVE, is that they didn't start doing it because they wanted to make more money or something like that. Yeah, they did it because they want better technology out there. They want to be able to lift humanity and to use everything they're doing to do that, as opposed to making money. So their whole motivation is totally different. I mean, when you think about everything that they're doing by not only optimizing their processes, which Mr. Mufara is always talking about, you know, when he says that we're tweaking it, or when he says we come out with minimum value products and we'll let that run for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they'll be collecting data the whole time, and then and they'll add to that program, that give it some more options or some more featureability. They'll make it a little more powerful. Then they'll release it a second time and they'll let it run. Every time they re-release that, it's better. It's more efficient. It's more powerful. It's more useful. And they've been doing this since day one, 4 years ago. So it's not like they're saying, oh, we're going to jump on board with everybody else that's going digital. These guys, Mr. Mufar started off with digital transformation. He's been doing it since day one, and he is going to be taking everything that he's doing and putting it all into and creating the backbone of that development for not only ONPASSIVE and the ONPASSIVE staff and their stuff, but for everything that ONPASSIVE is doing and putting out for all of the customers or the clients, or, you know, in all of our members. Every product they put out is going to be like that. So it's like, man, I mean, they're so far ahead of the game, especially now when you think about, they got multiple innovation labs. I mean, they got mechanical innovation labs. They've got the digital. He didn't mention digital. You know, he said, oh, we got mechanical, we got electrical, and we have, what's the third one?
AI.
Boom, it escapes me. But if you look at the labs and what they're developing and coming out of Hyderabad with, it's obvious to me there's a digital lab in there too. So, but all of this is saying and pointing to the idea and the fact that they are continually developing new technologies and bringing it to the world. And that's what makes us a meta company. Okay, that's what really makes us head and shoulders above these other folks.
Right. So I don't know if I should ask you this question then. Why is it important then for ONPASSIVE? Why is
now for you talking about digital transformation in particular?
Yeah.
Well, it's not just good for ONPASSIVE. It's not just important for ONPASSIVE. It's important for the world, because that's where we're going. I mean, think about this. Everybody in the world that is doing anything with digital transformation is doing a lot of things. They're integrating with other business systems. They're developing scalability using predictive analysis. They're into cutting edge security, right? Remote work capabilities, data privacy, customization, all of these things, right? They're writing to the cloud, and they're making sure all their apps and data can connect to the cloud for that experience. I mean, they've just got, and ONPASSIVE is doing all of them. Some companies only do some of what I just mentioned, right? But ONPASSIVE does all of them, to include full connectivity with wireless and cellular and Bluetooth, and they've got control over their data. We've heard Mr. Mufara talk about the data centers and how they're gonna like be the umbrella over all of our stuff, and they're going to have lots of data centers. That's connectivity. That is control over our locations and our own data, and all that on-premises connectivity is what is really going to be promoting us and pushing us forward. But the reason, or the question you asked, why is that important? Because that's the way technology is going, and that's how we're going to be creating more technology, more cutting edge technology, and pushing into what we call the metaverse, which we probably don't want to get into here, because it's a huge ambition, but it points to where we're going. And ONPASSIVE is going to be creating a lot of things that help take us that way. And so it's important for us, and it's important for founders to know this, because that tells us there is no timeline with ONPASSIVE. We never plan on stopping the development. We never plan to just rest on our laurels. We're always 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, we're going to continue, and we're going to keep right on developing and bringing things out and driving the economy and driving consciousness of the human form and lifting people up. So that's why it's all important, because it tells us we're never going to come to an end.
Awesome.
Well, that was a mouthful. Sorry about that.
No, this is great. You guys have any questions? Okay, well,
that explains it all.
Okay, Jeffrey. Now, I don't know if this applies to ONPASSIVE. What are the main components of a digital transformation? Now, I found customer experience, operational processing, and business models. So is that anything related to ONPASSIVE or no?
Well, everything Oh man, when you say what are the components of digital transformation, there's a fork in the road. One goes one way and the other goes the other way, because you have components which are all digital. They're all technological. And those are the things we talked about a little bit ago. An ability to work with other deployed technologies, an ability to work across web applications, an ability to scale, an ability to employ top-notch security, remote networking capabilities, right? Data privacy. All of these things go into digital transformation. That's what we're working on. Now, on the other side, when you're looking at physical products, what is it that ties into digital transformation? Well, it starts with your cell phones, and it starts with desktop computers and PCs and iPads, you know, your anything that connects to the internet. Now you expand that out, and guess what? Now it's everything in your home. It's your garage door openers. Now it's your cars. Now it's your front doorbell. Now it's your microwaves and it's the Internet of Things. That's the first real step, is you connect everything. Everything gets connected, and it's all part of the digital transformation, so that I can be sitting in my car 100 miles away, and I can look at my living room and say, oh, gee, I forgot to lock the front door, and I can do it digitally through whatever device that I'm on.
Wow.
And yes, it's all appropriate. It's all apropos, as we say, to part and parcel of what we are doing with ONPASSIVE. And that's the heart and soul of ONPASSIVE. Connectivity and making everything better and technologically more advanced, and making it affordable, and reaching out globally and providing this and helping folks to not only use it, but be able to use it in such a way that it can create income for them, so that we can lift the whole world up, not only with technology, but economically as well.
Wow.
Nice.
Jeffrey, I think you have to come back again for us to continue this discussion, because I enjoyed it.
Well, you know, there's a lot. That's, you know, I get on webinars sometimes, and this is my favorite, when we just go back and forth, you know, and there's nothing really that you've got to teach or learn, but it just kind of goes wherever the flow goes. And I do the same thing with Comfort. You know, Comfort, she gets on and we just have a blast, and it goes all over the place. But those are some of the best times. And if we can just let the folks know that we work with, you know, let our members know, let our team members know, let those around us, you don't have to convince anybody of anything. But if you just start sharing this and give them the vision,
right,
then man, they start to go there on their own, right? From their own heart space. And they go, wow, this is really something. This is a world changing company that has come up on the horizon. And that speaks digital transformation as well as economic transformation. And man, when you start putting all this together, and everything that we touch starts to become more decentralized, that's where it's all going. And that's why we're going the direction we are.
Yeah. But this is one of the reasons why we were doing recordings for our team members, so that they could have an understanding of what's happening in ONPASSIVE. And that's why we invite people like you, and hopefully we'll get others to come on our platform and just chat with us.
Yeah. Even if you just take this and you record it, then you can upload that to your channel. Then you can advertise that channel. You can get a lot of people looking at it and going, oh, wow, okay, so that's really that's what's going on. Yeah. Right. Because it's not just about a company rising up and making a bunch of good products. It's so much bigger than that. It is just so much bigger than that.
Yeah. You ladies have anything to add?
It's not going away anytime soon.
No. Anything else, ladies, you'd like to ask?
I just have one last question for Jeffrey. After the foundership closed today, how would you promote your favorite product? How would you promote it?
You know what I'm doing right now? I started this morning. I thought, you know what? I just got done with listing, or I think it was a series of 6 videos that went through all 22 or 23 products that we know about. Yeah. And this morning I started going to onpassive.com and pulling over one video per product. So I think I've got like 5 of them. I'm going to put one for each, probably throughout the day, maybe by tomorrow or tonight, maybe I can get them all up there. But that's how I'm going to do it. I mean, I've never promoted myself really, or my team. Everything that I put out is, you know, get back to the founder that invited you.
Yeah.
Yeah, or go to onpassive.com, because I know that we're going to be okay. OnPassive is going to build for us, and we're going to be okay. But so my promotions are simply through my YouTube, and I will put whatever I can up there and promote OnPassive and promote Mr. Mufara and Mr. Mufara's heart and that vision. And that's how I do it. So, but there's a lot of good folks doing a lot of good things out there. Man, yeah, there's a bunch of them, but that's how I do it.
Okay, wonderful.
Thanks.
My question is, yes. Jeffrey, I know when ONPASSIVE is out on the public, that we will be promoting ourselves, right, as a business. So do you still, in that instance, do you still talk about an ONPASSIVE? Do you still bring up the ONPASSIVE name?
Well, you don't have to. I mean, your website's going to be branding you and your product. Now, that goes a couple of different ways. If you think about it, on the one side, you're going to have ONPASSIVE that has built your website. Okay, like IamSharon.com, and Sharon's got her own widgets on that website. So ONPASSIVE doesn't mention anything about ONPASSIVE. It says, this is Sharon, these are her widgets, we're marketing for her, and everybody thinks it's you doing the marketing. And they do all the follow-up, they do everything. They make the sales, and they drop the commissions into your wallet, and it's all about you. That's if you have a website that you're selling stuff on, okay? So that's one way. The other way is you are now a reseller of ONPASSIVE products. As a founder, you'll be a reseller, which means you're going to have a totally different website that promotes all those products that ONPASSIVE has. And you're really not going to do much at all with that except collect your money, because they're going to take that website, they're going to promote you as selling these products and make the sales and dump the money into your wallet there. Okay, so that's, depending on how you look at it, you don't even have to. If you don't want to, I'm not planning on marketing myself. I'm not a marketer. I don't like marketing. I'm going to let ONPASSIVE do it. That's man, Mr. Mufara has been doing this for 25 years, and he's got the resources, and he has got the brain power and the brain trust that he's working with. And he has a whole pile of brainy techs that get together and they do this stuff. And they've got the system put in place to automate it, and we got the AI. Why on earth do I want to go behind him and see if I can onesie twosie bring it? If I'm not doing it now, why on earth would I'm going to want to do it when I know he's going to be doing it for me? And don't think for a minute I'm not going to buy extra traffic packages. You bet.
Yeah, we will too.
Yep.
Okay.
Guys, he's got stuff built in that you're going to get extras anyway as you hit certain things, and your teams or your sales build. Then he's got stuff built into this that he hasn't even shared. I am so dying to hear what he's got to say after midnight tonight, you know.
Oh boy.
Yes.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Any more questions, ladies?
No, we're good.
For now.
So Jeffrey, are you willing to come back again with us?
Yeah, this is lots of fun. Sure.
Okay, nice, wonderful. Well, Jeffrey, this come to the end of our first session with you, or this conversation with you. And we want to thank you so much for being with us today. And we hope that our listeners and viewers benefited from our discussion with you today. Now, if our viewers have any questions, please put it in the comments and below, and we will be happy to have that discussion again with Jeffrey. And we want to, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Blazing Stars. Please like, comment, and share. Until another time.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.